place up. Are you on 10 yet? Hold up. Do you have yet? Jury on Windex. Woo, 80 my Rolex. Might make back the Benz, pseudo coming out, black on black again. I might go to trim, I may build the win. I don't exit here, too much flexing here. Too much bread to get, I've been stretching up, ain't no catching up. I don't rest enough, I don't plan for luck, I keep working hard, who keep blessing us, I'm on the 10 and I need a 10. The made of my M a week. December been good to me. Not even Kendrick can humble me. Too rich to go do the least. Tryna become a way bigger. My teeth is like 10 apiece. TDE family to the A+. I got my grades up. I had no backup. Now run the check up. And the place up. Somebody pop all day. Hold up. Somebody on their way. Hold up. I would've grown all day. Hold up. Somebody can't relate. Are you on 10 yet? Hold up. The place up. Somebody on 10.
Originality, come up, came to my car and it's sweet like a cabinet. Saying they after me, ain't no one after me. Baby mama used to work at the Applebee's. Somebody called my phone, yeah. I'ma send that voicemail. I don't even check my voicemail. Big weight, I'ma need a horse scale. F12 Berlinetta. Michael was shorts in the winter. We'll turn the Knicks in the summer. This here's not for beginners, yeah. Came back, went to jail, left jail, went to Benny Hunter, Kenny County. Got the swagger on me, yeah. Different fabric on me, yeah. From the back porch, back then with dreams of a stacked fortune. Black kid with dreams by any means to seize some cell phone keys to a black portion. That American pie, he just wanna portion. Product of that environment that he was forced in. Changed course when it's out of control. Feel it down in my soul. Fast forward and foresee that fork in the road. Listen, mention you on the road, foreign car whipping. It's mind bending. Open your eyes, I'm bending the rules. Time ticking. The time's different on a globe where every soul trying to survive in it. That's the main concern. Whole hood celebrate when the tables turn, you see. Feels like I'm on the cusp. Great forever, forever's not long enough, it's just. Man once said the grind can't stop till letters in your name get bigger like cap locks. Still can't stall so far from your last stop. Deaf to the yes man, blind to mascots. Look past the moment and try to find your last opponent. Trying to find the answer before this life flashes past you. Blink of an eye, go ghost like a phantom. I'd rather imagine a whole block popping, toasting glasses. More life, no ashes to ashes. Live life fast with no crashes. You can picture that with no caption. Try to see the vision, no glasses. You can picture that with no cameras or flashes. You could just imagine. Still keep my hunger like fasting. Still keep it ghetto fab like putting money in the mattress. And that's just point blank. No biting my tongue, be so frank. In your top 10, they don't rank. They asked me to change some things and no thanks back.
boy, I made the beat.
Go, Breeze.
I be paranoid, I gotta keep. I got like me this right in the money. I love it even though it's bad. I can't let none of these get into my head. And all my friends locked up, got caught up in the feds. And all my sins washed up, yeah, free my said. I be close to saying, I ain't supposed to say. Sometimes I wanna go ghost, I might go MIA.
Still screaming freedom, find they coming home now. All this up on my, I got a now. How you real, you can't even walk through your hometown. I'm barely home now, on the road now. All in the MIA, oh, like the boy, you get no love, you get dancing toes down. My go down, rats can't fold down. Your dough down, we ain't gon' put on the fourth down. We on the hunt, we want more now. Ripping the junk we on now. Swear no more gon' broke now. Might do a show in your town. Wait till I bring that. I'm on no road bounce.
I be paranoid, I gotta keep. I got like me this right in the money. I love it even though it's bad. I can't let none of these get into my head. And all my friends locked up, got caught up in the feds. And all my sins washed up, yeah, free my said. I be close to saying I ain't supposed to say. Sometimes I wanna go ghost, I might go MIA.
We come to you live on EA Sports. I'm Ed Cohen. Great to be joined by the pride of Plainfield, New Jersey. He was born to run the fast break. It's Jay Williams.
Dissing the ball left, dissing the ball right, making the right play at the right time, because that's what guards from Plainfield, New Jersey do. Let's see what they do on the court this evening.
It's time to hoop it up. We are ready to go. The Clippers win the opening tip as we get things started at Staples. Beverly to Paul George. Nothing going here on that drive. To Leonard. Beyond the arc for three. His first effort off the mark.
Great contest by the D, but I want to see the coaching staff call the same exact play the next possession. Get that offensive player the ball. Let him prove that it wasn't the D. It was more in his own head.
George buries it on the catch and shoot.
It's all about creating space with the dribble. Once you have that gap, you can beat somebody in a variety of ways. He chose the dagger with the three.
For three, great defense, forcing the miss.
Just because you're an elite shooter doesn't mean you need to shoot the ball every possession. Maybe give a head fake, crack into the defender, get to the free throw line, see the ball go in the hole.
To Beverly.
Hey, kick me the ball.
Leonard. Misfires. It's no good. To Dennis Smith Jr. from long range. Cleaning the offensive glass. Oh, great pass. Setting up the basket.
I get tired of hearing guys say, I was there, I contested a shot, I pretty much had a hand in his face. Well, no, you have to change up the game. If a guy is right-handed, he is right eye dominant. Get that hand over his right eye, block his vision. That'll enhance his chances of missing the shot.
Cash is in for two.
Look, there was barely any contact on that last play. I agree with the ref's no call. Let him play.
Dennis Smith Jr. First couple didn't go. That one is true.
And attention to detail is everything for a professional scorer like that. Actually getting it done the hard way there.
Able to convert inside.
Old school equals high percentage.
To Dennis Smith Jr. Nothing going here on that drive. Off the mark. Well contested.
Your contest was great because of your proximity to the player. You forced his follow-through to be cut short, which made him short on the shot.
Count it.
He's been doing this for years. The physicality in which he plays, no one wants to see that. You're going to leave the game with black and blue marks all over your body.
Bobby Portis, huge block.
Just erasing mistakes left and right.
It's a big finish. Keeps it alive. Gotta love the hustle. To Julius Randle. Montrezl Harrell able to recover with the block. Clippers have the basketball. Converts in the paint. Nice finish at the rim.
That's what I'm talking about, Ed. It's that simple. Put the ball in the bucket.
Navigating through traffic. Yes, and the foul. And a chance at 3 coming up.
And I know there's so much excitement about the play, but everybody looks at the player. More people need to pay attention to the guy at the end of the bench, the strength and conditioning coach, because this kid's been putting in the time and effort every day in the weight room.
Free throw good as he finishes off the three-point play. They're back within a bucket. Paul George. Knicks come away with it. To Dennis Smith Jr. George to Beverly.
Hey, watch the screen left. Close out.
Short jumper misses. Nothing going here on that drive. To Dennis Smith Jr. It's George with the rebound. Kawhi Leonard. He's 2 for 5. Not great, but trending.
Some players are just built to absorb the contact. He pretty much dusted that defender off like that was a bug at the park.
Count the basket. A lot of contact. No foul.
When the ball's in his hands, we all knew what was going to happen.
Beverly into the front court. Leads a bucket. To George. To Leonard. Can't connect. Nice touch around the basket with the tip.
You normally don't see that, but that's the type of thing that keeps shooters in the league for a long time. Every once in a while, they venture into the paint.
Down the lane to lay it in.
No doubt about where that one was headed.
LA Clippers with the basketball. Paul George to Leonard. Here comes the screen. Here's Leonard for 2. Add 2 points to the board.
You see, you can't actually get mesmerized by the ball. You actually have to focus on the dribbler's belly button. I know that may sound cheesy, but trust me, he can't go anywhere without his core.
Bad pass there. Clippers have it. To Beverly. 4-3. And Patrick Beverly plays with so much confidence. Zero hesitation, knocks it down.
I mean, does he have eyes in the back of his head or what? I get paid money to watch and study this game daily. Even I didn't. Oh! Out there looking like the Kimbe Mutombo.
Took it right to him, and the defender was ready. George.
Here we go. My ball.
And the finish at the rim.
Well, when you play for each other and not just for yourself, that's when great things happen. You essentially lose yourself in what the team is trying to accomplish. It's called unselfish basketball. And there's nothing more beautiful than rewarding your teammate with a nice pass and letting them finish for 2 or 3 points.
Both teams tweaking their lineups. Here come some changes. throw up and good as he finishes off the three-point play. The lead is down to 6. It's the Clippers with the possession now. Yes, and a foul. They'll have a chance at a three-point play.
The offense has very little to lose on those type of plays if they know they can, number one, create contact, and number two, still get the ball up. You need to assert yourself fully on the defensive end by initiating the contact and not allowing the offensive player to get that ball above his waist.
Kawhi Leonard at the line for a chance at a three-point play. A career 84% free throw shooter. The free throw good as he completes the three-point play, and the lead is up to 9. To Dennis Smith Jr. Fires the three. It's good, and he's not done. He's going to the line for a chance at a 4-point play.
The defender cannot be caught with his hand staying in the cookie jar. What I mean, contesting that pocket. You have to keep that hand going in and out, going in and out. Keep the offensive player thinking about where your hands are at all times.
Dennis Smith Jr. with a chance at a 4-point play. For his career, 69% at the line. You can count that one a 4-point play. It's LA Clippers ball. Leonard goes to the right side. Probing the defense to Leonard. Nothing going here on that drive. LA with 4 to shoot. Kawhi Leonard won't go. The follow won't go either. Yes, and the foul. And a chance at 3 coming up.
So many times we get on the defender for quote-unquote letting the offensive player score on an and one. Sometimes there's a lucky bounce, but more often than not, it's the offensive player who makes the play happen despite the defender's best intentions.
Free throw is good. 3 points on that trip. Clippers have the basketball. Leonard over to the right side. To Leonard. Scores from the post.
Hand down, man down. You got to get up and contest the shot.
Smith going to launch beyond the arc. Cleans it up. On the follow. Way to stay with it.
And did you see the lift on the shot? Did you see the ball release off the hand? To be able to have the concentration to finish with such a feathery touch in the midst of contact, that's something special to watch.
To Harkless. They'll get it down to Leonard. Oh, nice find for the basket.
2 points. Take them any way you can get them.
To Julius Randle. Knocked loose. Clippers have it. Leonard gets it in the right corner. To Leonard. Oh, I missed a short one there. Randle. It goes down.
And that may not have been a gimme, but that layup at the rim definitely chips away at the pride of the defense.
LA Clippers with the basketball. Beverly to Leonard. To Harkless. Here's Leonard for 2. With the fadeaway. Burns him for the basket.
2 points. Take them any way you can get them.
The pass taken away by the Clippers. To Paul George. Great dish.
Oh, he sent that one to the third row.
He was locked in. That was impressive. And a throwdown. They have set the tone in this one.
I love when I see offenses come out in beast mode. You attack that paint, you get to the rim, inevitably the floor will open up for you to knock down some threes.
Paul George to Leonard. And buries it. Jay, they'll take that any day.
Well, they have such great flow to their offense this evening. The ball isn't sticking to one player individually. It's moving around the perimeter, and it's zipping. They're playing with a special cohesiveness.
Time to adjust. Both coaches making changes on the floor. A lot of contact on that play. He plays through it and scores.
They're going to have to find answers defensively and quickly because he's carving them up in the first quarter.
Kawhi Leonard here against Taj Gibson and throws it down.
An easy two. Get back on defense.
And scores. Strong take.
Ooh, cool, calm, and collective. The 3 C's. His handles are effortless.
Leonard. They get it to George. Down low. Strong finish for Paul George.
Defenders had no chance on that one. That's why we call it the elite tier.
And he's fouled. A trip to the line coming up.
Trust me, you want to avoid early foul trouble. Take that one as a warning.
First one, count it. Goes 2 for 2 at the line. Down low for Leonard. Stuffs it down with authority. Jay, they've had no answer for this guy.
He's been on fire this first quarter. That's the way you take it right to your opponent. You attack right out of the gate.
Randall to Taj Gibson. Lets it fly from beyond the arc. And the rebound taken in by George. Flushes it home.
It looks like he's using his ball handling to feel the game out. I know it looks like he's just playing around out there trying to get the fans going. That is true, but he's also finding his rhythm.
It's the Clippers with the possession now. Leonard to Beverly. They've slowed down the pace. Now 3 on the shot clock. Kawhi Leonard, wide open look, won't go.
That's called a heat check right there. Surprised he missed that one. That was an open look.
Give him 2 points. High percentage.
There's some players out there that like the freedom of space, and then we have the anomalies. We have the players who feel comfortable being uncomfortable, and almost the physicality of the game centers them and puts them right on balance every time.
Knocked loose, and that's going to get out of bounds, so it'll stay with the LA Clippers. through 1 at Staples Center with the Clippers on top. Jay and I back with more after this. You're watching the NBA on EA Sports. One of those games, every shot seems to be going down. Only one quarter in the books, Jay. Defensively, what needs to be tightened up?
Yeah, I got to hedge the bet because I got to talk to the defense right now. You have to actually play defense on people to stop people in this league.
Lays it up and in.
Coming right back to you.
The assist from number 11, Frank Tilakina.
Block up. Here you come.
Leonard to Harkless. George to the basket, but it won't go. Paul George. That's 3 now on 4 shots. Jay, when you break down Paul George, where is he at his best?
He needs to be engaged. He needs to have the ball in his hands. He needs to be needed. And that's the biggest thing for Paul George. When he's the guy offensively and he makes those clutch shots, it re-engages him defensively. And that drives him to be the best version of Paul George there is.
Frank Ntilikina is going to get a chance at 3 here. For his career, 72%. Knocks down the first. Missed the middle one. One more coming. To George. Leonard to Paul George. The Clippers with 4 to shoot. Paul George, terrific shooting. He's 4 for 5.
And last year, it seemed like PG really had a difficult time finding that next level elite PG. No doubt about it, this year, he needs to be playoff P all day, every day.
Kevin Knox, down low for Gibson. Taj Gibson, above the rim.
Oh, man, did you see that swiftness? He dunked that thing like a tennis ball.
It looked like that in his hand. To George.
Oh, yeah, me and you.
Driving right to the basket. George on the drive, but his shot misses. Gibson to Julius Randle. Gets to the basket and scores.
Might have had an extra dribble or two there, but he got the shot he wanted.
It's LA Clippers ball. Paul George. He's now shooting 5 for 7.
Clearly not afraid of the spotlight here because that was not an easy look.
Nice finish at the rim.
He's been doing this for years. The physicality in which he plays. No one wants to see that. You're going to leave the game with black and blue marks all over your body.
Beverly to Leonard. On a pass stolen by the Knicks.
That's called game plan execution to perfection. Every possession on the road is critical.
George. Not that time. Ntilikina with the basketball. Leads 4. Kevin Knox to Julius Randle. Count the bucket for 2. Timeout called here by the Clippers as they'll talk things over here in the second quarter. Looks like both teams are making substitutions. Leonard. Yes, and a foul. He'll have a chance at a three-point play.
The offense has very little to lose on those type of plays if they know they can, number 1, create contact, and number 2, still get the ball up. You need to assert yourself fully on the defensive end by initiating the contact and not allowing the offensive player to get that ball above his waist.
JaMychal Green trying to cash in on the three-point play. For his career, 76% from the line. Free throw is good to cap off the three-point play. And the lead is down to 3. Ntilikina into the front court. Looking to make something happen. To Moutier. Nothing going here on that drive. The drive right to the basket. Short jumper misses. Even to Zubac. Pins it.
That's why a rim protector is a necessity in this game.
Yes, and the foul. And a chance at 3 coming up.
And I love the smile on the face of the offensive player. Sometimes luck is on your side. I don't know how that shot went in, but and one.
Ivica Zubac at the line for a chance at a three-point play. 71% for his career. Can't convert the free throw. Kevin Knox to Moutier. Over to the right side. Fires the three. That's off the side of the rim. Short.
Shooters shoot. Period. I don't want to hear any excuses. That's why you're on the floor. You keep doing what you're doing with that superior confidence.
Moutier. To Kevin Knox. Add 2 points to the board.
I got some for him.
Leonard gets it in the left corner. To Leonard. Rebound taken by the Knicks. Perfect feed to set up the basket.
Great job using that shoulder to create contact with the defender without hesitation.
Clippers have the basketball. George to Leonard. Here's a chance from long range. Kawhi Leonard in his own world. Nobody near him. He sinks it for three.
I know the refs on the court all the time, but it doesn't mean they can see every play. Maybe defensively, grab his jersey, step on his toe, do something to kind of change up his pace.
And count the basket inside.
Did you see the way that dribble freed him up? It created so much space. I did, but the defender didn't.
To Beverly. Short jumper won't go down.
That's how you do it. You keep riding him to the basket, and if the refs aren't calling it, keep being physical. Keep knocking him off balance.
Goes to the right side. Down to Randall. Scores from the post.
Hand down, man down. You got to get up and contest the shot.
LA Clippers with the basketball.
That's me.
Surveys the floor. Driving right to the basket. Knocks it down from mid-range.
The reality is no one can guard a player at his level one-on-one. The help defense needs to be shown, and he needs to see a series of obstacles instead of just one individual.
Listen, our community. Our thanks go to those who have participated in this community event.
New blood coming in for both sides. Smith into the front court. They lead it. 4-point game. That's good D. Shot no good.
Just because you're an elite shooter doesn't mean you need to shoot the ball every possession. Maybe give a head fake, crack into the defender, get to the free throw line, see the ball go in the hole.
Short jumper stays out. Bad pass there. Clippers have it. Bobby Portis sends it away.
Ed, that's light work for a guy with his ability.
To Dennis Smith Jr. Lets it fly from long range. It's good. And one.
The most important part for the offensive player is to create space. If you can create space, you can find your rhythm, and that's what we saw.
Dennis Smith Jr. with a chance at a 4-point play. Hasn't missed yet. It's good. Has the hot hand and a 4-point play. To Beverly. Leonard. Rebound hauled in by New York. And he hits.
And if you don't contest, he's knocking that down with ease.
Williams across the timeline. They find themselves down 10. Here comes the screen. Dennis Smith Jr. snatching it out of the air. Couldn't keep it in. Out off Dennis Smith Jr. Both coaches hitting the reset button. Fresh legs coming onto the floor. Harkless. Knicks have it. To Julius Randle. Smith. Tough make through traffic.
Oh, man, you're not supposed to be able to do that with that size, but in today's game, dexterity and mobility are off the charts for bigs.
Leonard. To Beverly. The drive right to the basket. Short jumper won't fall. To Dennis Smith Jr. The pass taken away by the Clippers. They'll get it down to Leonard. And look out. Big finish at the rim. He was ready right at the tip.
What a first half he's having. He came out of the gate, attacked, found ways to get to the rim. Now look how easy the game is coming to him.
And the basket good at the rim.
I'm not sure that wasn't an offensive foul, but take it when you can get it.
Beverly to Harkless. Here comes the screen. Julius Randle rejects it.
Just erasing mistakes left and right.
Smith with the basketball. Up a dozen. Beyond the arc for three. No good. That's great defense. Beverly into the front court. He'll run the offense. To Leonard. LA with 4 to shoot. With the step back.
Again, Ed, if you made it to this level, you're capable of doing things that normal humans can never do, even if you're not known for it.
Dennis Smith Jr. 4 out of 7.
Ed, 2 years ago, I was sitting in the draft room absolutely shocked that Dennis Smith went at 9 in the draft. And when I think about this young man's game, he is just scratching the surface of what he can do. He finished tied for 4th among rookies in scoring last season, and I guarantee you his game is going to continuously go to different levels.
Can't connect from in close. Kawhi Leonard sends it away.
Sent a message on that one, Ed.
It's the Clippers with the possession now. Layup goes down. Well done.
Look, there was barely any contact on that last play. I agree with the ref's no call. Let him play.
Stuffs it down with authority. That has to feel deflating for the other side.
They've really came out and made a statement so far in this first half. Another powerful dunk, but another easy dunk. When are we going to see some defense?
Driving right to the basket. Julius Randle with the block.
That kid can block out the sun, Ed.
knocks it down.
Well, that change is inevitable. And one of the things that continues to fascinate me about this game, usually when you see a good three-point shooting team, their shoulders are square to the basket. That's no longer the case in today's game. These guys are off balance, they're moving different ways, yet they still have extreme shot-making ability.
And Dennis Smith Jr., so athletic, good on the quick release.
Ed, let me tell you how this one goes. It ain't no fun if the homies can't have some. Everyone's getting a piece of the rock tonight.
The opposing coach is going to counter, make some changes of his own. To Harkless.
Hey,
Julius Randle tips it. For three, that's off the side of the rim, no good.
Great contest by the D, but I want to see the coaching staff call the same exact play the next possession. Get that offensive player the ball. Let him prove that it wasn't the D. It was more in his own head.
Has a look. The jumper's off the mark. That's it for the first half, with the Knicks enjoying a sizable lead.
Thanks, fellas. Jalen here with your halftime report. The Knicks have a comfortable lead at the halfway mark. They decided to make a statement in the opening half, and they did it by throwing down dunk after dunk after dunk. I think the rim is still shaking. These are the guys getting buckets for the New York Knicks. The Clippers are down at halftime and in need of some momentum. Of course, they still have 2 quarters to turn things around, but it won't happen without making some adjustments. Have a look at the leading scorers for the Los Angeles Clippers.
First half stats. Player of the half.
Julius Randle has the defense figured out, and his shots are falling for him. That's a lethal combination that will be hard to overcome. Here we go with the top plays from the first half.
Number 2. Number 1.
All right, back to the second half. I'll see you after the game.
Into the front court comes Smith. Lead is 12. Stuffs it down with authority.
I know there's that old saying that says one man can't beat five, but we're watching one man carry four other players. His back has to be hurting. Another big-time finish.
Beverly to Leonard. Yes, and a foul. He'll have a chance at a three-point play.
And I know there's so much excitement about the play, but everybody looks at the player. More people need to pay attention to the guy at the end of the bench, the strength and conditioning coach, because this kid's been putting in the time and effort every day in the weight room.
Kawhi Leonard trying to cash in on the three-point play. He's perfect from the line so far. One free throw good, so he converts on the three-point play, and the lead down to 11. Stuffs it down with authority.
It's easy to become mesmerized when you watch a player who can create off the dribble. We call that dancing. When you allow a player to dance with that much space, that's Prob City.
Leonard to Paul George.
Hey, watch this screen left.
Beverly to George. From long range, and he buries it. Jay upping the ante from beyond the arc.
Oh, okay. I don't see any more phantom screens like I did in the first half. I actually see people being hit, which opens up three-point shooters to operate off those screens. It's all coming together.
To Julius Randle. Smith now. And the rebound comes down to the Clippers. Curling inside. Short jumper misses. Nice pass to set things up.
Hey, one of the things I hear all the great teams say in the huddle, they say 1, 2, 3, no mercy. Now it's time for you to go even harder on the defensive end.
To Leonard. Add 2 points to the board.
2 points. Take them any way you can get them.
To Dennis Smith Jr. Count the basket. 2 more points in the paint.
I don't know if the scouting report has made its way out here yet, but if anything, it says you need to not let him get that close to the rim.
Screen coming.
I told you the screen was coming. Cutter, coming through.
Whoa, what a finish. He's been a one-man show, but Jay, they're still down in this one.
He's their lone bright star, their only star tonight. Some other of the supporting cast members really need to step up.
It's LA Clippers ball. To Paul George. He's going to the free throw line to shoot.
Aggressive play there, but you can't fault the defender for being up in the shooter. You need to contest shots, each and every one of them.
First free throw is good. Able to convert on both free throws. Beverly into the front court. Trailing by 14. To Leonard. Unbothered bothered by the defense as he drills it.
Ooh, shows like this separate the good players from the great ones. The good players, they have good first halves, and then they fade to black in the second. The great players, they just sustain that kind of dynamic energy throughout the entire ball game.
Leonard to George. Leonard. The Knicks clear the board. Kicks it around the perimeter. To Dennis Smith Jr. 4-3. Working hard on the glass. Clippers have the basketball. Beverly to Leonard. Gets a look. Can't hit. Takes stock of the floor. Has a chance. And George able to gobble up the rebound. Slam dunk. Here on the home floor, they're chipping away.
I mean, does this crowd have a pulse? Are they even alive? Sometimes when you make a play like that, your crowd needs to get you back in this ball game.
Count it. And the foul. He is going to the line for a free throw.
He should get some kind of acting award. That's a great sell by the offensive player. But guess what? The refs bit, and that's the game.
Free throw good to cap off the three-point play as they continue to open things up here in the third quarter.
Get down, half court, head come. Come on, left.
Nothing going here on that drive. Leonard. Off the mark. No good. To Dennis Smith Jr. Yes, and the foul, and a chance at three coming up.
People become so fixated on the hands or the arms or the strengths of the arms. I look at the legs. The strength of his legs help him power through that play. That's how you get and ones.
Julius Randle at the line for a chance at a three-point play. 71% for his career. Free throw's good as they continue to widen their lead. Had a chance, but it's no good.
Oh, yeah, let's go. Shot. Yep.
To Dennis Smith Jr. Fires the three, and Dennis Smith Jr. has a knack to score from everywhere. Hits the contested three.
This is a game of ways. As a defense, you have to recognize that they come and they go. That will not be the case all the time moving forward.
Coach is going to shift gears and adjust his matchups. And he's fouled, and he earns a trip to the line.
Okay, now we're on the home stretch, and you got a big lead. Don't let your opponent back in this game by giving up extra possessions.
Kawhi Leonard at the line for 2 shots. Hasn't missed yet. Nope, first one does not go. Good bounce back. Hits the second. It's a 1-of-2 trip. To Dennis Smith Jr. Going to launch beyond the arc. Not that time. He missed it. Beverly into the front court. Down a bundle. Here comes the screen.
Screen right.
Beverly to Leonard. Beverly. He was all over him.
And big-time coaching strategy by the staff right there, utilizing their bench, keeping fresh legs on that shooter consistently throughout the course of the game.
Stuffs it down with authority.
Man, they are just continuing to pour it on. But the one thing we know about in this league, you have to make sure that you continue to play with energy because leads can evaporate quickly.
To Beverly. The Knicks secured the rebound. Smith. Count the basket, and it could have been more. No whistle.
So many times you can tell if a player is going to finish before he even gets to the rim. Did you see that look on his face? That was a look of a three-point play. You always going in thinking you can get more at the rim.
Here comes the screen. George to the basket, but it won't go. Smith with it up top. His guys hold a commanding lead. Lets it fly from beyond the arc. Well defended.
Great contest by the D, but I want to see the coaching staff call the same exact play the next possession. Get that offensive player the ball. Let him prove that it wasn't the D. It was more in his own head.
Down low for Leonard. You've got to get that one to go. Knocked it away.
Oh, some fans should take that ball home as a gift.
That's a souvenir.
Blocking so many shots only gives your perimeter that much more confidence to really apply more pressure.
Leonard. Off the mark. To Leonard. He shoots. Oh, off the mark. Trying to cash in, and he buries it.
You know, from a point guard perspective, one of the things that I learned when I played in the league was that the more I was willing to give the ball up, the harder other players were willing to run to their spots. The harder the bigs were running to the rim. The harder the three-point shooters were running to the three-point line because they knew they could be active recipients. And when they caught the ball, they knew exactly what to do with it.
Gets it to go, and the foul.
So many times we get on the defender for quote-unquote letting the offensive player score on an and one. Sometimes there's a lucky bounce, but more often than not, it's the offensive player who makes the play happen despite the defender's best intentions.
Paul George trying to cash in on a three-point play. A career 84% free throw shooter. Free throw good, so they get the three-point play, but it's not much more than a drop in the bucket with the score right where it is. Hayden with the basketball, looking to make something happen. Fires the three, buries it on the catch and shoot.
That shot was nice, but that pass, that was the real highlight. Good teams always find a way to get the best shot available.
Leonard to Williams. Short jumper won't go down.
And it's never a great thing when you're talking to yourself the entire next possession about the shot you just missed. Now you know you're in that player's head mentally.
Williams into the front court. His guys down big. Nice pace, sets it up, and slams it down.
There's no better feeling after a game after you had 25-plus assists and you won the game, and everybody recognizes that It's time for their bank accounts to get rewarded.
Here's a chance from long range. That's a forced shot from Elfrid Payton. Off the mark. Williams across the timeline. He'll run the offense.
Screen, I got your help.
George had made his first couple, but he misses there. To Julius Randle. Has a look. Deep two there. Oh, and a putback.
He usually pays his bills doing things around the perimeter. Nice work right there around the rim.
I'm here. I got ball.
Williams to Leonard. Nothing going here on that drive. Shot from in close, no good.
That's how you do it. You keep riding him to the basket, and if the refs aren't calling it, keep being physical. Keep knocking him off balance.
Lets it fly from long range, and he can't end a putback slam.
And there's nothing more mentally intimidating for your opponent than when your own teammates are unselfish and make sure that you get the ball because they want you to drop 70 on them, maybe like Devin Booker did last year.
Leonard to Paul George. Has a chance. He's too good to leave that wide open. Defense has to communicate.
It's plain and it's simple. The difference between a winning team and a losing organization is the fact that their ability to finish plays. You have to find a way defensively to finish these type of plays to win this game.
Some lineup changes now for both clubs.
Number 23 into the game for Los Angeles. Number 1.
Tanila Kina beyond the arc for three. Can't connect. It's no good. Randall. Kicks it around the perimeter to Payton for three. Missed it. Basket's good on the follow. Way to stay with it.
He's been doing this for years. The physicality in which he plays. No one wants to see that. You're going to leave the game with black and blue marks all over your body.
Cruises inside for two.
There you go. I like seeing scoring coming from unlikely sources.
Neely Kina with the basketball. Counting down toward a minute to play in this third quarter. Elfrid Payton, tough matchup against George.
Double.
Baseline drive.
He sent that one to the third row.
He was locked in. That was impressive. Finishing inside the paint on that one.
Ooh, he teased me a little bit right there. But see, I like that. That's called a great entertainer. Always leaving me on the edge of my seat.
From long range, textbook defense.
Just because you're an elite shooter doesn't mean you need to shoot the ball every possession. Maybe give a head fake, crack into the defender, get to the free throw line, see the ball go in the hole.
Nothing going here on that drive. Shot clock coming down to 4. Down to 3. Count the basket inside.
Standing there watching that shot, boy.
Deep 3 at the buzzer. Third quarter comes to an end. The Knicks are way out in front. The Clippers with the basketball as we begin the fourth quarter, and they have really not shown up tonight. This has been a very disappointing performance.
I mean, they've been outplayed in every facet of the game, shooting, rebounding, even taking care of the ball. Even the managers of the opposing team are running out there faster to clean up the floor than their managers are.
Payton, deep right corner. Oh, the touch at the rim. Count it.
You know, Ed, I'm down with guys having 35, 40, maybe 50 points in the game. But the one thing you look for in a defensive end, when there's a huddle after a guy has dropped multiple buckets on you in a row, and everybody's quiet, nobody stands up and says, yo, I got him, I'm going to stop him, you're in a worrisome place for your team.
And stuffs it home. Jay, that's been the story this evening.
I mean, another one? Another dunk? Another easy possession? I mean, how demoralizing can this be for the team? Why am I the only one yelling? I don't see anybody on the bench yelling. I don't see anybody on the court even angry right now.
And count the basket.
Ooh, cool, calm, and collective. The 3 C's. His handles are effortless.
Payton into the front court. His guys holding the big lead. To Gibson. Nothing going here on that drive. Taj Gibson to Payton. 4-3. Tough shot. Well defended.
Shooters shoot. Period. I don't want to hear any excuses. That's why you're on the floor. You keep doing what you're doing with that superior confidence.
Great feed. That's what you've come to expect. Your best players making baskets.
We're watching a clinic right now. We're watching basketball one-on-one. Whoever this professor is, he needs to get paid top dollar.
To Leonard. Here comes the screen. Leonard. He gets it.
This type of game needs to be celebrated. This is the type of culture that is fostered when you play with unselfish players. When you give up a little bit of yourself and you make your teammate look great, that's the difference between winning and losing. So when you see these guys smiling, when you see them giving each other high fives, that's because of the energy that was created from the pass. The pass is one of the most brilliant things we have in this game.
My ball.
Williams to George. He'll get it down low to Harold. With the fadeaway. Burns him for the basket.
Old school equals high percentage.
Around the perimeter to Taj Gibson. Fires the 3. In years past, you give it to Taj Gibson, but he makes them pay with the open 3.
It's easy to get lost in the chaos of the game down the stretch, but great awareness by the shooter to get those toes right behind the three-point line.
Williams to Paul George. Payton. Easy path to the rim.
This is why I go back into player mode. If a dude starts to try to have 40 points on me, I'm going to foul out. I'm going to start hitting him in places he's not used to being hit. I'm trying to do anything to throw him off his game.
Both coaches dipping into their reserves. Changes coming onto the floor. short jumper won't fall. Trouble getting the ball across half court. Coach has seen enough. He wants some changes. New personnel onto the floor. The shot, almost. Let's see what the Knicks can do here. To Moutier, going to launch beyond the arc. That's off the side of the rim, short. Probing the defense. Williams into the front court. Down a bundle. Old school. Backs his man down for the basket.
There you go, finally. Shoot your shot.
Smith to Moutier. Trying to cash in. Emmanuel Moutier. Couple of free throws on the way. For his career, 73%. And hits the first free throw. And he makes them both. LA Clippers with the basketball. Here comes the screen.
Screen right.
And he's fouled. Very close, Jay. Free throws coming up.
Just because a team's winning doesn't mean the refs are going to put away the whistle. Play right all the way through.
Shooting 2.
First try, no good.
The game for New York, number 25.
Off the mark. 0 for 2 at the line. To Dennis Smith Jr. And scores.
I remember my high school coach said one man can't beat 5. Well, I'm telling you right now, he lied. I'm watching it happen in person.
And draws the foul.
Okay, now we're on the home stretch, and you got a big lead. Don't let your opponent back in this game by giving up extra possessions.
Lou Williams. He's got 2 shots coming. A career 83% free throw shooter. And he connects on the first free throw. No good on the second. It's a 1 of 2 trip. To Julius Randle. Smith. Lets it fly from beyond the arc, and it's good.
Yeah, and what we're seeing is a brilliant offensive display. You have ball movement, player movement, and great shooting to top it off. You get those 3 things going, you're going to be a dynamic offensive unit.
Here comes the screen. Lou Williams. It's been a quiet night. Only 3 attempts, but he makes that one stick.
Clearly not afraid of the spotlight here because that was not an easy look.
Williams across the timeline. Looking to make something happen to Beverly. Able to convert inside.
This type of game needs to be celebrated. This is the type of culture that is fostered when you play with unselfish players. When you give up a little bit of yourself and you make your teammate look great, that's the difference between winning and losing. So when you see these guys smiling, when you see them giving each other high fives, that's because of the energy that was created from the pass. The pass is one of the most brilliant things we have in this game.
To Dennis Smith Jr. Shot clock expires. 24-second violation. Time for some new personnel into the game. Beverly. They'll get it down low to Harrell. Scores from the post. Smith now into the front court. His guys hold a commanding lead. Buries it on the catch and shoot.
Every hero needs a good sidekick. Nice find to set up a three.
It's the Clippers with the possession now.
I got some for him.
Sizing up the defense. Surveys the floor. To Beverly. Down to 5. Down to 4 to shoot. Beverly. Hat-trick Beverly. Not looking pretty. 3 for 10.
Might have had an extra dribble or two there, but he got the shot in.
Leaving no doubt. Slams it down. At this point, if it continues, it just may be good night, Irene.
And I like that Irene line.
There you go, Jay.
And sometimes as a player on the defensive end, Ed, you need to draw a line in the sand. You have to find a way to change the narrative because right now the constant theme has been too many easy buckets.
Jay, don't deny it. You're an old soul at heart.
Yeah, I still don't know who Irene is.
Me neither. To Dennis Smith Jr. Goes to the right side. Baseline drive. Oh, Jay, he commands the paint this time down.
You know, it reminds me of a story a legendary coach once told me. He said, if you ever get in a fight, you're not going to hit somebody with an open hand, correct? You'll probably break a finger. But if you hit somebody with a fist, what is that? That's 5 fingers working collectively together as one. That's how you deliver a knockout punch, and that's what we're seeing tonight.
The jab step opens up space to knock down the jumper.
And did you see the lift on the shot? Did you see the ball release off the hand? To be able to have the concentration to finish with such a feathery touch in the midst of contact, that's something special to watch.
Fires the 3. Yes. Give the advantage to the shooter.
You know, from a point guard perspective, one of the things that I learned when I played in the league was that the more I was willing to give the ball up, the harder other players were willing to run to their spots. The harder the bigs were running to the rim. The harder the three-point shooters were running to the three-point line because they knew they could be active recipients. And when they caught the ball, they knew exactly what to do with it.
To Dennis Smith Jr. A lot of contact on that play. He plays through it and scores.
I don't know if the scouting report has made its way out here yet, but if anything, it says you need to not let him get that close to the rim.
Randall. Curling inside. Layup's good. Those are the types of shots you always strive for.
When the ball's in his hands, we all knew what was going to happen.
Knicks come away with it. Here's a chance from long range. Not done yet. Around the perimeter to Dennis Smith Jr. Shot clock, it's coming down to 4. Now down to 3. Lets it fly from long range. That one off the mark. It's no good. The follow won't go either. Oh, emphatic slam.
See, Ed, that's what I love. You don't need to conserve your energy. You attack that rim with ferocity. You always set the tone.
Smith into the front court. He'll run the offense. Beyond the arc for 3. That's how you defend. On the follow. Way to stay with it.
Sometimes when the players find that flow, nobody else needs to touch the ball. He's in a zone by himself.
Now the Clippers call a timeout as they'll talk things over here in this fourth quarter. Looks like some substitutions are coming on in. Slams it down.
We call that get your money and put it in the bank.
New York in control of the basketball. Even to Zubats with a piece. That's his third block this evening. Now preparing to shoot at the line.
Sometimes when you get up big, you get a little careless. But attention to detail through the end, that's how you avoid unnecessary fouls.
Patrick Beverly at the line for 2 shots. He struggled so far. Oops, he missed the first one. So he goes 1 for 2 from the line after hitting on the second. Smith with the basketball. His guys holding the big lead. Good defense. He had nowhere to go. The result, jump ball. After the tie-up, they'll throw it up and see who gets the possession. Smith. For 3. I don't know, Jay. They have a big lead. This game is just about over. He might not make many friends on the other side with that 3.
Oh, I don't want to hear that generic coaching speak about dwindle down the shot clock, use the clock is your friend. No, if you have a chance to beat him by 50, beat him by 50. If you want to beat him by 100, keep shooting more threes.
Big kick right there.
Oh, mistake there as the pass stolen by the Knicks.
Tonight, it may not cost you, but in a playoff game, it will.
Here's a steal. Dangerous pass. Rebounds pulled down by New York. Deep 3 at the buzzer. He's been dialed in from long distance. That's now 5 threes for the game.
Nothing more painful than the next day watching tape, seeing the fact that he got 15 points off 3-point shots.
It's a victory for the Knicks as they win this one in very convincing fashion. That does it. For my partner Jay Williams and our entire crew, I'm Ed Cohen. This has been a presentation of the NBA on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. As we say, so long, everyone.
Hey, everyone. It's Jalen Rose, and it's time for the EA Sports post-game wrap-up. The Knicks were solid in today's victory. And more often than not, they were hitting the 3 when they popped from long range. Winning gets a lot easier when you're adding so many points to the scoreboard, 3 at a time. What you see here is how the majority of the points were scored for the New York Knicks. The Clippers didn't lose big, but it wasn't exactly close either. And even though some of them smiled and shook hands with the other guys after the game, you could tell by the way they headed to the tunnels how disappointed they were about this loss. Here are the guys who put up the most points for the Los Angeles Clippers.
Game track. Assists.
The New York Knicks played fantastic team basketball today. Ball movement is clearly what separated these two squads.
Player of the game.
When you see these highlights, it's easy to see how this guy earned the award. His impact on the game wasn't lost on anyone. We handpicked them for you. Here are the top plays.
Number 2. Number 1.
These are the upcoming matchups for the Los Angeles Clippers. And that does it for our post-game wrap-up. On behalf of ESPN on EA Sports, I'm Jalen Rose. Thanks for joining us.
I rob a man, cause I know they're robbing me. Just keep it one, you ain't got a lot of me. Don't even say hi to me. I rob a man, cause I know they're robbing me. I rob a man, cause I know they're robbing me. Just keep it one, you ain't got a lot of me. Don't even say hi to me. I rob a man, cause I know they're robbing me. No problem. Gotta feel my only son. Gotta feel my little daughter. She cherishes everything that I taught her. Worth more than anything I ever bought her. Hitting in every track, I'm a slaughter. If I come up short, then they come up shorter. No time to bother, don't even bother. Oh, what your if my kids ever bother, yeah. I shed some tears when I rush. Be hurting inside, no one notices. Can't let them give me no notices.
It's NBA action on EA Sports. I'm Ed Cohen. Great to be joined by Jay Williams for what should be a terrific matchup here tonight. We're at the Golden One Center in downtown Sacramento. Tonight, it's the Sacramento Kings getting set to match up with the New York Knicks. New York begins the game with the basketball. For three, and that's the start they wanted here on the road.
Execution is everything. I love the sharpness and precision they came out with in that first possession.
De'Aaron Fox to Hield. To Harrison Barnes. From the painted area, won't go down.
And physicality is your friend. Don't let these guys get any easy ones down low. Make them look at the refs, wondering where the foul was every time.
To Dennis Smith Jr. from long range. They're 2 for 2 to start the game from beyond the arc, and it's a 6-0 lead.
And when I see the ball being zipped around the perimeter like that and everybody sharing the sugar, it lets me know that this team is engaged and they're focused.
Here comes the screen. De'Aaron Fox to Barnes. The Kings now with 4 to shoot. Gets it to go. Someone clearly missed their rotation.
Pretty fortunate to get that kind of a good look with the shot clock winding down.
To Julius Randle. Tough make through traffic.
I was expecting the dish there, but way to fake that one and lay that one in.
It's Sacramento ball. De'Aaron Fox to Bagley. Screen coming. And draws the foul.
It's still early, so no real impact on that call. But you know that they're going to call this one tight, so you might want to keep your hands out of his pocket.
First one goes down. he makes them both. Smith. A lot of contact on that play. He plays through it and scores.
When the ball's in his hands, we all knew what was going to happen.
Fox with it. 10-4 is the score. Barnes. Dwayne Dedmon rocking the rim. He took it out on the rim that time.
Oh, there's no better feeling than after throwing that one down, hanging on the rim a little bit, looking at your opponent beneath you, making him recognize that's where you'll be the entire ball game.
Fox into the front court. Looking to make something happen. Screen coming. Barnes. From the painted area, won't go down.
And physicality is your friend. Don't let these guys get any easy ones down low. Make them look at the refs, wondering where the foul was every time.
It's the Kings now with the ball to Harrison Barnes. Oh, emphatic slam.
We call that get your money and put it in the bank.
Smith with it up top. The score 12-8. Here's a chance from long range. Buries it on the catch and shoot.
Ed, let me tell you how this one goes. It ain't no fun if the homies can't have some. Everyone's getting a piece of the rock tonight.
Here comes the screen. Won't go. To Dennis Smith Jr. Going to launch beyond the arc. Dennis Smith Jr. He's going to get 3 shots here. For his career, 69% at the line. And he connects on the first free throw. It's the second. One more coming. And he cashes in at the line. 3 for 3.
Oh yeah, I like that.
Kings with the ball. To Bagley. Screen coming. Buddy Hield. To Dennis Smith Jr. Stuffs it down with authority. They have set the tone in this one.
I love when I see offenses come out in beast mode. You attack that paint, you get to the rim, inevitably the floor will open up for you to knock down some threes.
De'Aaron Fox. De'Aaron Fox slams it down. Jay, perhaps that's a start.
Those kind of plays get me fired up. That's a momentum play. They looked lifeless here in the first quarter, but a dunk like that can get your team going in the right direction.
Nothing going here on that drive. To Dennis Smith Jr. Couldn't keep it in. Out off Dennis Smith Jr. Looks like some substitutions are coming on in. Buddy Hield to Barnes. To Hield. Smith. Lets it fly from beyond the arc. Oh, good offense beating good defense.
That shot was nice, but that pass, that was the real highlight. Good teams always find a way to get the best shot available.
To Harrison Barnes. Buddy Hield to Barnes.
Hey, double screen.
Down to 5. Down to 4 to shoot. Lets it fly from long range. Much needed bucket right there with the 3. This game, long way to go. They're back within 10.
This isn't going to be a rollover game. That's the kind of facial expressions you need from somebody who's ready to fight.
To Dennis Smith Jr. Yes, and the foul. And a chance at 3 coming up.
He should get some kind of acting award. That's a great sell by the offensive player. But guess what? The ref spit, and that's the game.
Free throw up and good as they open things up to a 13-point lead. Fox across the timeline. He'll run the offense. Barnes to Fox.
Hey, you know this is bucket.
To Bagley. Julius Randle with a piece.
Just erasing mistakes left and right.
Oh, he's denied.
Oh, big man doing work right there.
Smith to Julius Randle. Nothing going here on that drive. Randle. Missed it. How'd that not go down?
You see, this is something that everybody has, but some people choose to use it or not. I'm glad you choose to use effort on getting around those screens.
Smith with the basketball. The advantage is 13 points. Buddy Hield to Bagley. Yes, and a foul. He'll have a chance at a 3-point play.
That was such a great job by the offensive player. Knowing that you're probably going to take some lumps here and there, but still remaining aggressive throughout the shot and getting a crack at the extra point.
Oh, he can't connect. New York Knicks basketball. Driving right to the basket. Right down Broadway. 4-2.
They're going to have to find answers defensively and quickly because he's carving them up in the first quarter.
De'Aaron Fox to Hield. Screen coming. Hield guarded by Gibson. 5 on the shot clock for Sacramento. 4-3. He made his first effort, but not that time. The follow won't go either.
Well, you can't finish with your right hand on the left side of the rim. You actually have to use your opposite hand. Steve Nash is one of the best at this. Different shots at different angles, high up the glass, expecting that there are trees down below with long range.
Leaves his man in the dust and finishes at the rim.
I don't know what halftime evaluation will be worse, the ankles or the bruised ego.
De'Aaron Fox to Bagley. Yes, and the foul, and a chance at 3 coming up.
The offense has very little to lose on those type of plays if they know they can, number 1, create contact, and number 2, still get the ball up. You need to assert yourself fully on the defensive end by initiating the contact and not allowing the offensive player to get that ball above his waist.
Costa Koufos at the line for a chance at a 3-point play. History not on his side. 58% from the line. And he missed the free throw. Can't connect. Into the front court. It's Fox. His guys currently down by 13. Gets to the basket, but it's no good.
And that's how you make a difference. Every shot that the offense takes, make sure that it has a 10 as far as degree of difficulty.
Fires the three. Yes. Give the advantage to the shooter.
They're shooting the ball well, but let me tell you why. They're already ready to shoot before they even catch the ball. Look at their hands. Their hands are ready, providing a target. So when they catch that ball, they go right into their shot. We call that being shot ready.
Substitution being made in this one.
Number 67.
Fox to the basket, but his shot stays out. Has a look. Knocks it down from mid-range.
I don't think anyone saw this one coming, but it looks like they're trying to send a message. Look into their eyes. They're laser focused. They're playing as if this game is tied.
Screen coming. Buddy Hield. And he knocks it down, Jay.
Hand down, man down. You got to get up and contest the shot.
New York in control of the basketball. Strong finish that time from Emmanuel Mudiay.
It's easy to become mesmerized when you watch a player who can create off the dribble. We call that dancing. When you allow a player to dance with that much space, that's Proud City.
De'Aaron Fox. And a whistle.
He took a chance. That's the right call.
They're going to make some changes with some new personnel on the floor. De'Aaron Fox. Has a chance. Shot by Fox, no good. Kevin Knox to Mudiay. The drive, right to the basket. Gibson. That's off the side of the rim, no good. Knocked loose. He's on the deck. Great sacrifice. That's out of bounds. Last touch by a King. Coach has seen enough. He wants some changes. New personnel onto the floor. Payton to Kevin Knox. The pass taken away by the Kings. De'Aaron Fox. Gets toughness right there. Physical inside, gets it to go.
There's certain guys in this league that should be put on alert status 24/7 because either they're posterizing you or that attempt can still be a poster.
The pass stolen by Sacramento. Fox guarded by Gibson. And count the basket.
It's going to be a long road back, I'm not going to lie to you. But it's only the first quarter, and that's exactly what you needed. You needed to see the ball go in a couple of times.
Kevin Knox to Payton. Gets it in the right corner. To Taj Gibson. Taj Gibson missed his first. That one goes.
As a player, there's nothing better than coming out in the first quarter and playing exactly the same way you played the last couple of days of practice. You're moving the ball, you're capitalizing on mistakes, and you really built a nice lead.
Ah, rocking the rim.
It looks like he's using his ball handling to feel the game out. I know it looks like he's just playing around out there trying to get the fans going. That is true, but he's also finding his rhythm.
Rashawn Holmes sends it away.
Don't stare him down like that afterwards.
Great feed, sets it up. No good. Yes, and a foul. He'll have a chance at a three-point play.
Ed, you ever bail out of something at the last second? That's what I saw right there from the defender. We call that no man's land. They weren't really committed to getting out of the way, committing a hard foul, or taking the brunt of the contact.
Bogdan Bogdanovic trying to cash in on the three-point play. A career 84% free throw shooter. Off the mark at the line. Beyond the arc for three. His first step. Nice answer. Taj Gibson with the slam.
And Gibson's superpower is doing all the little things very well. That's how he's made his entire career.
Nice pass to get things going.
The assist from number 8, Bogdan Bogdanovic.
That'll do it for the first quarter. The Knicks are way out in front. Ed Cohen, Jay Williams with you as we get things started here in the second quarter. Sacramento ball. De'Aaron Fox. It goes down.
I wasn't quite expecting him to get there, but I can be wrong. Sometimes, not a lot, but maybe sometimes.
Down the lane to lay it in.
Ooh, cool, calm, and collective. The 3 C's. His handles are effortless.
Fox with it. Down 12. Driving right to the basket. Free throws coming up.
And as a defender, you cannot, I repeat, you cannot foul in the act of upward motion into your shot. Your timing needs to be better.
And hits the first free throw. So he hits the first, misses the second. Ntilikina, deep left corner. Moutier against Corey Brewer. Nothing going here on that drive. And counted at the rim.
No doubt about where that one was headed.
Kings have the basketball. De'Aaron Fox. Probing the defense. Won't go down. To Kevin Knox. A lot of contact on that play. He plays through it and scores.
He's been doing this for years. The physicality in which he plays. No one wants to see that. You're going to leave the game with black and blue marks all over your body.
The crossover gets inside and the slam dunk.
And whether you're moving north or south or east or west, you got to be able to keep pace with the ball carrier and most importantly, stay in his chest. That's on the defender. It's way too early to be fatigued.
Kevin Knox to Ntilikina. Nothing going here on that drive. Trying to cash in. Won't go. He needs some luck on his side given how they're defending.
It's easy. Force guys into low percentage shots. That's the reason why we're big into stats. It was all provided to you before the game in the scouting report.
to Fox. Can't connect from inside. To Ntilikina. Finishing inside the paint on that one.
Well, they have such great flow to their offense this evening. The ball isn't sticking to one player individually. It's moving around the perimeter, and it's zipping. They're playing with a special cohesiveness.
To Fox. Frank Ntilikina rejects it.
That's why a rim protector is a necessity in this game.
Moutier with it up top. His guy's up by 15. Ntilikina goes to the left side. Has a look. Randall's shot won't go.
That's how you do it. You keep riding him to the basket, and if the refs aren't calling it, keep being physical. Keep knocking him off balance.
Split the D there, but he can't get it to drop.
That's superb defense. That's a defense getting there from the weak side early and making the player short on the shot.
Costa Kufos, snatching it out of the air. Fox into the front court, trailing by 15. Here comes the screen. To Fox. Finishing inside the paint on that one.
No doubt about where that one was headed.
Now the coach of the Knicks going to signal for a timeout as he'll take a moment to go over things here in the second quarter.
This offer is only valid during today's game, so take advantage of this great opportunity.
Time to adjust. Both coaches making changes on the floor. Neely Kina into the front court. The advantage is 13 points. To Moutier. And the finish at the rim.
Ooh, cool, calm, and collective. The 3 C's. His handles are effortless.
It's Sacramento ball. De'Aaron Fox. Mitchell Robinson tips it.
Just incredible timing on that swat.
Down to 5 on the 24. Shot by Fox off the mark. To Julius Randle. Neely Kina. Stuffs it down with authority. That has to feel deflating for the other side.
They've really came out and made a statement so far in this first half. Another powerful dunk, but another easy dunk. When are we going to see some defense?
Mitchell Robinson pins it. That's out of bounds. Last touch by the Knicks. Both teams tweaking their lineups. Here come some changes. Good look that time, but off the mark. To Dennis Smith Jr. Looking for his man. The pass taken away by the Kings. Harrison Barnes powers it through.
You know, teams usually shoot higher percentages early in the shot clock. Plus, you take away the legs of the defense. You have to dictate the pace.
It's the Kings now with the ball. To Harrison Barnes. He shoots. Oh, off the mark. To Julius Randle. Big finish that time for Julius Randle. This is becoming a runaway.
They're getting to the rim at will, probably because we're watching Matador defense. You probably want to get in the way of your defender if they keep trying to attack the rim.
To Barnes. Here comes the screen. Barnes. And now he's going to shoot a few more as he's fouled going up for it.
Aggressive play there, but you can't fault the defender for being up in the shooter. You need to contest shots, each and every one of them.
Rashawn Holmes. A couple of free throws on the way. For his career, 68%. Knocks down the first. And gets both to drop at the line. To Dennis Smith Jr. And finishes strong. He was ready right at the tip.
What a first half he's having. He came out of the gate, attacked, found ways to get to the rim. Now look how easy the game is coming to him.
Buddy Hield to Harrison Barnes. Not that time. To Julius Randle. Dennis Smith Jr. That one off the mark. It's no good. Barnes. Dennis Smith Jr. Huge block. Cashes in for two.
I'm not sure that wasn't an offensive foul, but take it when you can get it.
Nothing going here on that drive. To Dennis Smith Jr. Fires the three. Not that time. He missed it. The follow won't go either. Lays it up and in.
There are certain guys in this league that should be put on alert status 24/7 because either they're posterizing you or that attempt can still be a poster.
Buddy Hield. A drive through the paint, but his shot misses. To Dennis Smith Jr. Dennis Smith Jr. He is shooting well. He's made 2/3 of his shots.
And 2 years ago, I was sitting in the draft room absolutely shocked that Dennis Smith went at 9 in the draft. And when I think about this young man's game, he is just scratching the surface of what he can do. He finished tied for 4th among rookies in scoring last season, and I guarantee you his game is going to continuously go to different levels.
Opposing coach is going to counter.
Hey, I've been going and going like the Energizer. Yeah, I'm supplying no like Elijah. In the cut, no, my run a compartmentalizer. They say life is a, and if that is the case, then I'm finna surprise. And no, I am not an advisor, but I do it.